what's up? I'm Jay, and I'm here to talk about He-Man.
He-Man was an entertaining 80s action show where Prince Adam would say,
"By the power of Grayskull,
and he turned into He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe, and Gringer would become the mighty Battle Cat as they would defend Castle Grayskull from the evil of Skeletor's army. And yeah, it was an entertaining show. I mean, now it's a bit... what? Campy. But I loved watching He-Man.
So, of course, they sadly decided to make a movie about him. Masters of the Universe.
It being released August 7th, 1987, and no, I have no idea why the movie is just called Masters of the Universe. It doesn't have the He-Man name in the title, as the movie takes place on Earth.
Meaning it was pretty much the beginning of when anime characters started to get isekai to other realms in live action.
As when they released the movie, it didn't do too well, but since then it's become a cult classic.
Which means I might like it, but anyway, let's get into Masters of the Universe.
Wait a minute, I haven't tried to take a review in a while, so I'm reviewing this movie.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I didn't even want to review this movie anyway.
Wait, what?
Here, come here. Sit down.
I don't wanna.
Well, you're fucking doing it. Now come over here and sit the fuck down.
But anyway, the movie begins at Castle Grayskull.
Which looks really badass. The only problem is they don't show in the movie that much.
But anyway, whoever owns Grayskull will be the master of the universe, as the He-Man theme plays.
Hey, wait a minute, that's not the He-Man theme. I mean, sure, this is fine, but I'm at least expecting the He-Man theme for the intro.
But anyway, Skeletor is now in control of Grayskull.
After all this time, Grayskull is ours.
Ow!
Who's played by Frank Langella, who does a very good job, actually, especially for him just doing it for his kid because he really wanted him to, which I respect that he does such a good job even though he just did it for his kid. And while I do like him, he's definitely not as good as the original voice, but I still like him.
The power of Grayskull has not yet passed to you.
But I do have a lot of problems with his face, because the makeup isn't that great. Because, yeah, his face looks like a melted ghost face mask. And also you can see his eyes, which makes it look more like makeup than his face being a skull.
But Skeletor and his black stormtroopers have also taken over Eternia. But luckily, He-Man is still fighting.
And sadly, black stormtroopers have almost as bad of aim as the regular stormtroopers do.
But anyway, He-Man is able to save a Keymaster named Gwildor.
Who kind of reminds me of Orko from the cartoon. Now, he's not in this movie and neither is Battle Cat, because, yeah, it was the 80s, there's no way they can have them in there with their effects looking very good. So, yeah, Gwildor's fun, and I do like him.
So anyway, Gwildor takes them to his house to show them what Skeletor wants from him, as he made a key that can go anywhere.
Which is a kind of interesting idea. It can have something kind of like Spider-Verse happen with it. But you already know where this is going, don't you?
But lucky for them, Gwildor still has a prototype, so they can teleport to Grayskull.
But yeah, Skeletor was kind of stupid. He probably should have tried to kill him much earlier when he got the first key, or at least captured him so he can make more, maybe. But no, Skeletor's an idiot.
But there are too many black stormtroopers, so they're gonna need to retreat, but they almost leave without the key.
And He-Man's just lucky that that fucking worked. I mean, he was going through a portal. That grappling hook must be really fucking long.
So they're transported to a new place where there's a strange, ugly creature. Wait, what the fuck? The thing actually isn't ugly. It's pretty cute.
Hey, this is my review, so shut the fuck up, okay? But he is right, the thing isn't ugly. It looks tasty.
But anyway, nearby, there's a girl who's played by, Courtney Cox.
Who I forgot was even in this movie. I mean, this is one of her first starring roles, before Friends, of course. But she does a good job, actually. I mean, there's a few problems I have with the character, but with acting, she does a good job.
But Courtney is saying goodbye because she's leaving soon, as her boyfriend Kevin picks her up, who, I will say, also does a good job. But outside, these three steal some chicken, which they like.
Those are rib bones.
You mean this used to be an animal?
Mm-hmm.
What a barbaric world.
Hey, it's not barbaric. If it tastes good, it's completely fine. And I mean, it could have been worse. You could have been eating human.
Which tastes awful.
It tasted good.
Oh well, these two are at Courtney's parents' graves who died the year prior.
And yeah, this is what I don't give a damn about her character, and that's her parents dying. I mean, it's not really important except for maybe 2 times in the movie.
As this makes it so Skeletor will be able to track the machine the next time it's used, with them using it again as they have some mercenaries lined up to kill them.
And most of them are generic and not from the cartoon, well, except for Beastman, but he doesn't have any lines even though he's originally meant to.
But Kevin ends up leaving before the mercenaries come, so Courtney is going to have to deal with them on her own.
Oh, and this movie is still PG, and this was after the PG-13 rating was established, too.
But anyway, they try to kill her, but oh no, the Beastman starts melting away, so she's able to get away enough to run into He-Man.
Who's probably much scarier to run into in a back alley because he's a 6'5" Swedish man that keeps saying, "I will break you" to everyone.
But He-Man is going to protect her, as he gives her a gun, just in case, and he fights him.
Damn, He-Man has a better aim than these assholes when he's not aiming. It's sad when trained soldiers have worse aim than someone who likely doesn't even know how to use that gun.
But anyway, He-Man shows that he's a better sword fighter, so then the mercenaries have to retreat. But anyway, Kevin learns of the school going on fire.
Which must really suck, because I think that's supposed to be their senior prom, meaning that they're likely not gonna have a senior prom. But at least they will probably have a few days off of school, at least.
So Kevin gets there looking for Courtney, but she isn't there, so Detective Lubrick is suspicious of him.
Which, I won't lie, this dude actually does do a pretty good job in the role. I mean, if he wasn't so likable an actor, I probably would have found this dude annoying, but luckily, he isn't annoying most of the time.
As he's a nice guy, too, so he helps Kevin look for her, as we see that Gwildor is now a pimp, as he got a new ride.
Native transportation. A primitive land boat. Enter, enter.
Which is a pink Cadillac. Which I won't lie, that car is pretty damn badass. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it's pink.
But anyway, Gwildor's bitch is getting this new ride, as back with Skeletor, he wants He-Man back alive, and is pissed when he hears the mercenaries failed, so they are punished.
Wait, why'd you kill the predator-looking asshole? Couldn't you have killed a generic-looking bald guy with an eye patch?
But whatever, Kevin and Detective Dumbass get to Courtney's house, and luckily, she calls there first while he is there.
I mean, if she would have decided to call his house first, then likely she would have missed him.
But this way Kevin knows that Courtney's okay, so he starts to act normal, and Lubric and him have a nice, calm conversation while he starts to cook chicken.
Which he should try to act at least somewhat concerned. I mean, he doesn't seem concerned at all. And because you don't, Lubric is gonna think that something is up, you dumbass.
Whoa! Watch out!
So because of that, Lubric takes the thing with him, so when Skeletor's men attack, Kevin doesn't have it.
And even though he's wearing a truth machine, he still doesn't tell them where Lubric is, which, you know what? I give you some respect for that.
But for some reason, they don't take him with them or kill him so that He-Man can ask him questions and learn where the key is.
And you should have killed him, or at least took him hostage so you know, have a hostage so He-Man doesn't try to stop you.
Look! Native clothing. Lots of it. All over the place. If we dress like this, no one will recognize us.
Oh wow, that's a really good disguise. I can't recognize you.
Wait, I thought you weren't watching this movie.
Look, this is a guilty pleasure, okay? But anyway, somehow He-Man gets there first, but Lubric won't give him the machine, so they gotta take it by force and fight Skeletor's men with a gunfight.
And I've already made a few Star Wars jokes in this review, but yeah, this movie is definitely having some inspiration from Star Wars.
But outside, Courtney sees her mom, so since she asks for the key, he of course gives it to her.
Dumbass, don't just take the fucking key. It's pretty obvious that's not your mother. You should have thought this out before you did that, like by asking Gwildor, since it's clearly Evil Lynn.
Thank you, my darling.
See? Told you, you dumb bitch.
And now, because of her stupidity, Skeletor and his army come to Earth now, having both keys, so now they are cornered and Courtney is shot. So He-Man has to give up to save his friends.
Return with me to Eternia as my slave and save their despicable lives, or perish with them on this primitive and tasteless planet.
Okay, so either be Skeletor's sex slave, or be killed. I'd rather be killed.
But He-Man decides he will be a slave, so they leave as Courtney is dying and there's no way to save her unless they get back to Eternia since the key is broken. But they're actually in luck because Kevin remembers the sound the key made.
Which is all just luck if they get back, since, yeah, they're lucky if the keyboard works. And also, they're really fucking lucky that he remembers what it sounds like.
So anyway, now that He-Man is Skeletor's slave, they, whip him.
Which, yeah, when I said that he was gonna be Skeletor's sex slave, I was just joking. I didn't think that they would start whipping him. And the worst thing is I think he might be liking it.
Yeah. Anyway, now Skeletor's the power of Grayskull is back at Earth. The cops are getting ready to arrest everyone, but this is when they're teleporting to Eternia, so Lubric is sent there as well.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you may want to take cover. And also, you may want to change your revolver if you still have it, since the shotgun won't work for very far range, and also, the revolver will work better on their armor than the shotgun would.
So now they're in the castle, Skeletor says fuck it, they're gonna kill all of them. So, because of that, He-Man's gonna break out of his chains and fight Skeletor. So He-Man and Skeletor fight until they get to lava.
Okay, so Skeletor falls to his death very crappily. Okay. I would make a joke about him screaming no in a special edition, but he's already doing that, so I can't really make that joke.
So now the battle is won, so Lubric is gonna stay and enjoy retirement, while Courtney and Kevin have to say their goodbyes.
Don't say goodbye. Say good journey.
Or that, which is basically just this movie's version of Will the Force Be With You?
So they're sent back to Earth, but they're actually sent back in time as well, before Courtney's parents died. So she's able to stop them from dying.
And they're just lucky they're put in their past bodies instead of just being there with other versions of their past self. And also, since they're sent back in time, wouldn't that mean there's another version of Lubric living there? Whatever. Yeah, I think that was supposed to lead to a sequel, but yeah, it didn't happen.
I'll be back.
Damn it, Skeletor, didn't I just say a He-Man sequel hasn't happened, and it has been in talks for years? I mean, it's in development hell. But anyway, that was Masters of the Universe, and,
Wait a minute, just like we've been doing, I'll say the positives, you say the negatives.
okay.
The movie has a few problems, like the movie taking place on Earth and there being humans that take up time that the other He-Man characters shouldn't have had. But the human actors did a good enough job that I didn't feel like they were annoying, and Gwildor has a charm to him that made me like him, but Beastman not getting any lines is a real bummer. And the movie is very much a Star Wars ripoff and takes a lot of elements from it, and I gotta say that Dolph Lundgren as He-Man isn't great. Out of the turning heroes, the only one that actually liked their performance was Man-at-Arms. But the movie has an 80s charm that makes it really enjoyable, and it's a guilty pleasure for me, so I'm gonna give the movie a 3 out of 5. But there are a few too many problems for me, even if it has some enjoyable bits, so I'm giving Masters of the Universe a 2 out of 5.
Okay, I'm done. I'll see whenever I do another review, whenever that is.